तो स्टूडेंट्स आज हम फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री का इक्विलिब्रियम स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं। बेसिकली हम इक्विलिब्रियम को दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करेंगे। एक तो इसका केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम पार्ट हम डिस्कस करेंगे और एक इसका हम आयनिक इक्विलिब्रियम पार्ट डिस्कस करेंगे। बट फर्स्ट हम इसका केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम पार्ट डिस्कस करेंगे, वहाँ से कुछ कंसेप्ट्स लेके हम आयनिक इक्विलिब्रियम में जाएंगे, जहाँ पे हमें बहुत सारे न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस भी आ सकते हैं कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में। पहले देखते हैं इस चैप्टर की वेटेज क्या है। तो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में 3 questions आर आस्क्ड फ्रॉम दिस 3 questions in your NEET JEE 3 questions are asked. 3 questions of 4 marks each, that's 12 marks. That means this chapter is very much important. Now तो डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं इक्विलिब्रियम क्या होता है। Let's understand the concept of equilibrium and to what reactions we can apply this equilibrium concept. मतलब किन रिएक्शनों में इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन हो सकता है और कौन सी रिएक्शंस ऐसी होती है जो जिनका इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन नहीं हो सकता है। Now let's understand the concept. Now see, if we take a block of wood, if we take a log of wood, this is a log of wood. Now to this log of wood, if I apply force from this side, let the force applied on this side to displace this block of wood is 10 Newton. And if same force is applied from this side to displace this block of wood to the right direction, that's a force of 10 Newton. Now tell me whether this block of wood get displaced or not, whether it will move in the forward direction or in the backward direction. Since the force applied in this direction is equal to the force applied in this direction, therefore this block of wood will not move from its position, it will remain static. This type of equilibrium is maintained, it does not disturb. That means the block of wood remains fixed at its position. This type of equilibrium is called static equilibrium. Basically it will be dealt in physics. It's called static equilibrium. We have not explained, we have not to here discuss static equilibrium, but this is a concept of physics. What is static equilibrium? Now see what's chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium is, let us consider a container. We are considering a container here over here. Let this container contain a certain volume of water in it. Certain volume of water. This is the volume of water that is present in the container. This is a fixed volume of water that is present in the container. What I am doing, I am putting a tap over here, and from this tap water comes in the form of drops. Water comes in the form of drops. And I'll make a hole below this container. The size of the hole I will maintain the size of the hole same as that of the size of the tap. From this hole, droplets of water will come out. Now see, water comes into the container and water moves out of the container. Tell me guys, what will happen to the volume of this water? Will it change? No, it does not change. Why? क्योंकि जितना वाटर यहाँ से आ रहा है उतना ही वाटर यहाँ से निकल रहा है। मतलब जितना इसमें फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन हो रहा है, वाटर जितना इसके अंदर जा रहा है, दैट्स फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन। फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन जितनी फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन होती है, फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन उतना ही यहाँ से वाटर वापस निकलता है, दैट्स बैकवर्ड रिएक्शन। रिएक्शन हैपनेस, रिएक्शन तो हो रही है, रिएक्शन हैपनेस, बोथ फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन एंड बैकवर्ड रिएक्शन हैपनेस, बट the volume of the water does not get disturbed. Volume of water remains in equilibrium. It remains at equilibrium. Means we are achieving equilibrium, but we are carrying out forward as well as backward reaction. Means equilibrium is still maintained and reactions do take place at equilibrium. The rate at which water flows into the container will be equal to the rate at which water flows out of the container. Means at this stage at which equilibrium is maintained, the rate of this reaction will be equal to rate of this reaction. That means rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of backward reaction. What do we mean by rate? It is the speed of the reaction, backward reaction. Rate of backward reaction. At equilibrium, rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. When the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, then we say that the process is at equilibrium. For example, अगर हम एक तराजू को लेंगे, उसके दो पैन्स होते हैं, this is pan 1 and this is pan 2. An equilibrium will be maintained at which the pans will be at equal height, means the जो इसकी सुई है वो किसी particular position पे maintain होगी. This position, this is the equilibrium position. Now see, how can we define now equilibrium? Equilibrium is the stage of a chemical reaction at which the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. It does not mean that the reaction stops at equilibrium. Reaction takes place, both forward reaction, both backward reaction take place, but the rate of these reactions becomes equal. Now we can define equilibrium over here like this. Equilibrium is the stage in a chemical process. It is the stage, equilibrium. It is the stage. Now we can define equilibrium over here like this. Equilibrium is the stage in a chemical process, in a chemical or physical process, because we have physical equilibria as well. In a we will see those, what are those physical equilibria. In a chemical process or physical process, in any process, stage in any process at which the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, rate of backward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. Rate of forward and backward reactions are equal at equilibrium stage. Means at equilibrium stage reaction takes place, reaction is not stopped, both forward and backward reactions do take place. Now the question arises, what type of chemical reactions do show equilibrium stage? In what type of chemical reactions we are going to achieve equilibrium stage? Now on that basis we will first classify chemical reactions into two categories: reversible processes and reversible reactions and irreversible processes. Reversible processes or reversible reactions, better term is reactions, reversible reactions and irreversible reactions. Irreversible reactions are reversible processes and irreversible processes. Now see, what are reversible processes? Those processes, for example, consider a process, let us consider a process A gives product, A gives B. Now if in this reaction, first A is converted into B, certain amount of A is converted into B, at time t is equal to 0, there will be only concentration of A, means we have a beaker. In this beaker we have only A type of molecules. Now once the reaction starts, some amount of A gets converted into B. Once amount of B is formed, it gets converted back into A. If it gets converted back, starts converting back into A, the rate at which, the stage at which the rate of this forward reaction, conversion of A into B, and this backward reaction, conversion of B into A, at that stage, when it becomes equal, that will be equilibrium stage. That will be equilibrium state. Now therefore, if this is our forward reaction, every reaction is described by a rate constant, that means this is Kf, rate constant for forward reaction, and this is our backward reaction, that means this is our rate constant for backward reaction. Then at equilibrium stage, at equilibrium, rate of forward reaction becomes equal to rate of backward reaction. This is at equilibrium stage. Now reversible reactions are those which can take place in both directions, in forward direction and in backward direction. All those reactions which take place both in forward reaction and in backward reaction, they are called reversible reactions. Now there is one important point to discuss over here for reversible reactions. Reversible reactions can be achieved only in closed containers. Reversible reactions can be achieved only in closed containers. For example, let us consider decomposition of calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate, it is a solid, it decomposes to give calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Now see, if the reaction is carried out in open vessel, what will happen? This carbon dioxide will leave. This carbon dioxide will leave. If carbon dioxide leaves out of the system, out of this open system, then backward reaction cannot take place. Because for backward reaction to take place, calcium oxide has to react with carbon dioxide. Since carbon dioxide escapes from the open vessel, therefore backward reaction cannot take place. Hence for equilibrium to be maintained, hence for a reversible reaction, what we have to do, we have to carry out in a closed container. Now in a closed container, our calcium carbonate, which decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, this carbon dioxide cannot escape. It can react back with calcium oxide to form calcium carbonate. Therefore, reversible processes are possible only in closed containers. Now first, what are reversible processes which take place in both directions, in forward direction and in backward direction? Reversible processes can be achieved only in closed containers. We cannot maintain reversibility of a process in open containers. Now let us take examples. What type of reactions are reversible in nature? Examples of reversible reactions. First let us write something for reversible reactions. These can be observed only in closed vessels, closed containers. Number first point. Number second point, both forward and backward reaction take place. Both forward and backward reaction take place. Let us discuss few examples. The famous examples are nitrogen plus hydrogen gas react to form ammonia gas. Now this is a very well known example of reversible process. We will discuss this example a lot of times in this chapter, in chemical as well as in ionic equilibrium. Now see, in this reaction, this is called a Haber's process for the manufacture of ammonia. This is Haber process, very important process, Haber process. Similarly, we have SO2 plus half O2 gas. They react together, they form SO3. Formation of sulfur dioxide. From sulfur dioxide, this is a reversible reaction. This is formed in contact process. We have a number of examples. Let us quote one more example over here. One more example. H2 plus I2 gives twice HI. These are examples of reversible reactions. Now what are irreversible reactions? Irreversible reactions are those reactions which take place only in forward direction. Now see, for example, neutralization reactions. Neutralization of strong acid and strong base. Strong acid plus strong base. For example, strong acid HCl, strong base NaOH, they neutralize together. Whenever acid and base react, they form salt and water. This is neutralization. Now in this case, salt is formed NaCl and water is formed as a byproduct. Now this reaction takes place only in one direction. It's an example of irreversible reaction. All neutralization reactions of strong acid and strong base, they are irreversible reactions. Number first category of irreversible reactions are neutralization reactions of strong acid and strong base. Number second, combustion reactions. All combustion reactions are irreversible. Combustion reactions we have discussed in thermodynamics. Burning in presence of oxygen. When 1 mole of substance burns in presence of oxygen to form 1 mole of its proper oxide, this is combustion. All these combustion processes, they are irreversible. Number third type is the precipitation reactions. Precipitation reactions. Now precipitation reactions, for example, we have discussed a lot of precipitation reactions. Precipitation reactions, for example, silver nitrate reacts with AgNO3 reacts with sodium nitrate reacts with sodium nitrate NaNO3 reacts with silver nitrate reacts with sodium chloride. We get sodium nitrate, NaNO3 and silver chloride. This silver chloride is white PPT. It is white PPT. White precipitate PPT. Once a precipitate is formed in a reaction, this precipitate is now insoluble. It cannot get converted back into reactant molecules. These are examples of irreversible reactions. Basically, we have discussed over here reversible reactions and irreversible reactions. Now, equilibrium cannot be maintained in these case of reactions. That's in case of irreversible reactions. But it can be had in case of reversible reactions. We can achieve equilibrium in reversible reactions. Now, let us discuss characteristics of this equilibrium. Let me first check the length of the video. I think it is too long, but important topic is characteristics of chemical equilibrium. Now see, this equilibrium is also attained. Equilibrium is also attained in phase transfer reactions. Phase transfer reactions. Now what are phase transfer reactions? For example, phase transfer reactions are usually observed in conversion of allotropic forms. Conversion of allotrophs. For example, carbon graphite and carbon diamond. Conversion of one allotropic form to other allotropic form. It's called phase transfer reaction. Phase transfer reaction is equilibrium is maintained. That's called phase equilibria. This equilibria is called phase equilibria. Phase equilibria. Now see, we have other types of equilibriums. They are physical equilibrium. Phase equilibria is also a class of physical equilibrium. In physical equilibrium, what happens? For example, we have water in solid state. It gets changed into water in liquid state. And similarly, we have water in liquid state. It gets changed water in vapor state, that is gaseous state. Similarly, we can have water in solid state gets changed to water in vapor state. This process is called sublimation. This is called evaporation or vaporization and this is called melting or fusion. Melting or fusion. Now see, basically in class 9th we have discussed what are physical processes and what are chemical processes. What are physical changes and what are chemical changes. These are all physical changes. These are all physical changes. A physical change is a change in which composition of the substance does not change. Its phase changes. Composition does not change. It's water over here, it's water over here. It's water over here, it's water over here. Means the chemical composition of the water is same in this case, same in this case. These are all physical changes. If equilibrium is maintained in physical changes, then it's called a physical equilibrium. Then this is physical equilibrium. In all these cases, physical equilibrium is maintained. Now see, if our water dissociates like this is water, it ionizes to give H positive ion plus OH negative ion. This will be not the case of physical equilibrium. Why? Because in this case, the composition of water has changed. Water has been converted into H positive and OH negative ion. This will be chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium. Now from this topic up to now, what I have discussed, the important thing is, give an example of physical equilibrium. These are in examples of physical equilibrium. How can you diagnose which one is a physical equilibrium? See, only in that case the chemical composition of substance does not change. Here the composition changes. Here the composition does not change. And phase equilibria are also examples of physical equilibrium. And equilibrium can be maintained only in case of reversible reactions, that too in a closed container. Thanks for watching this video. This is very important chapter of physical chemistry. Thanks.